So hi everyone, today I will be playing some games against the Leela chess bot, specifically trained to play against humans with piece odds, knight odds, rook odds and queen odds. And surprisingly, it's very, or maybe unsurprisingly, it's very strong. Caruana has lost a blitz match against Leela with knight odds. That is, he was playing up a knight. He lost this match 8.5 to just half a point. He just made one draw out of 9 games. Then I saw some other grandmasters lose matches in brutal fashion up a rook. And recently I saw a game where a candidate master could not beat this bot up a queen. So let's see how I do. And we will start by playing up a queen. Hopefully I can beat Leela up a queen. But I'm sure that it's not going to be a easy walk in the park. So let me challenge Leela with queen odds, and I will be playing with the black pieces. So Leela chose 1v3. Which opening should I go for? Not really sure. Probably I'll go for some King's Indian-esque position. Oh, immediately aggression. Aggression by Leela. Leela wants to go g5 and demolish me. Well, I'm up a queen. I'm not really afraid. Okay, now it goes g5. Wow, what if I go like knight h5? Probably just knight c3. And there is nothing too crazy. Okay, I don't really want to go castle short because that will play into Leela's attack. So probably I can just play, well, if I play h5, then g5 is unpleasant. very, very unpleasant. So probably I can play, if I play h6, g5 is coming, but I have this. So looks all right. I'll just be very, very cautious. Now I want to block this diagonal. I think this is the right approach. Because this bishop is on b2 is too strong. Okay, rook g1. The intentions of Leela are very clear. Leela wants to destroy me. But honestly, I think I'm not too afraid now. I'm not too afraid. I can, of course, castle short now. But I don't wanna. I want to develop my own pieces. Maybe like this. Okay, still g5. Do I take first? Maybe I should take first. And then go here. Yes, knight c3. This is what I expected. And now probably I can rotate the knight over there to have this piece on an active position. Okay, now it gets interesting. I can jump here, but it does nothing. He or she, I don't know, it will just go there. Okay, let's just go e5, a normal move. And now my knight goes here and puts more pressure on this pawn. Okay. Leela is not afraid because at the end of this line, when I take, there will be bishop c6 check and my queen will be lost in a very unfortunate manner. I can, of course, go here. That looks like a sensible move. And maybe I can make Leela trade one pair of rooks, which is, of course, in my favor. Maybe I'll do that, actually. I'm putting pressure on this pawn. And okay, Leela disregards it because it plays not objectively the best moves, but the moves that are intended to make me lose, a human. Moves that are intended to create complications on the board. So should I take like this? I really like it. I think I can take like this. And actually I can even sacrifice the rook for the bishop because I don't like this bishop and maybe it's good strategy. Okay, now this rook wants to infiltrate. Actually, I can go rook h5. Rook h5 I like, preventing any kind of counterplay. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to repeat the position, of course. What I can do here is... I don't like the knight jumping here, so I have to do something about it, probably. Maybe I can go here. I want to put my pawn on c6. I want to create this opportunity. Okay, but for the time being, I cannot do that. I can go here. Looks like a move. Decent move. And then b6 and bishop b7. Okay, let's do this. Probably this is the time that Leela will start playing very aggressively. Okay. The threat is rook takes g6 now. Takes, check, and my rook will be hanging at the end. So probably I can just go king f8. I think it's not a bad move. My king is safe there. Okie dokie. Now b6. b6, d4, takes, knight takes, looks normal. So I can go here. Then I'll go here. Okay. Leela is harassing my rook. Trying to harass my rook. I can go here, I think. Not a bad move. Taking this pawn. Okay, Leela gives up this pawn. Because Leela wants to create something over there, probably. Which looks very sensible. Should I take this pawn? I shouldn't. I don't need this pawn. I need to activate my pieces. That's much more important. So I'll just go bishop here. Yes. Okay. Leela attacks me. I have to take now. And I think I'll sack the rook for the knight here. Doesn't look too stupid. I'm up so much material that it's a good idea to sack like this. And now I'll push d5. And my position is very good. I can push here and trade the dark squared bishops, which should be in my favor. The only thing I have to look out for is some checkmating ideas. I can also go here. But I like this move. Ah, okay. It's a check. Of course, I forget about that opportunity. I don't like the fact that my king is not too safe. But whatever. Okay, the attack begins. Takes. And I'm not feeling too great. Let me think a little bit what to do. Maybe it's actually alright, but I don't want to go for these crazy complications. I can go here and here. Maybe it's better. I don't have to go for all this nonsense. I can go here. And now I'm f5. No, f5 I don't like. Now somehow I want to go here. d4. Okay, this diagonal is blocked now. But actually, is it? I can take. Or I can take like this. En passant. But if I take like this and take like this knight is pinned. I forget this. Opening up the position is good for me because I'm up material, obviously. I can take and go f5. Yeah, maybe I can go f5 immediately. Okay, let's do it. Okay, of course, Leela sacrifices, but everything is defended for the time being. And I can even give up the queen for a rook and be much better. Not much better, but winning, of course. So that's a good thing to know. So I can go rook here. If check, I just go here. Yeah, looks decent. Looks decent. Let me do this. Just go here. Okay, Leela wants to give me a check like this. And actually it may be rather unpleasant, to say the least. But I can go here. What else can I do? What else can I do? It's very important to be cautious here. I can go here. Yes, I think that's what I'll do. But then Leela will take, and this will be a checkmate. Very, very annoying stuff. So I'm up a queen. I'm doing everything like by the book, but still I'm there is a threat. There is a chance that I will lose this game, which is funny. Okay, I'll go back. If it checks me again, I go here now. This. Okay, but this is all right. Takes, and I block. I'm fine with a trade. Yes, the Leela will win one piece, but it's all right. Wow, it doesn't even take. It wants to take like this. Huh. This is fascinating stuff. Wow. What can I do here? Let's think. Okay. This is crazy stuff. So I can go here, and if here, then this, and this looks all right. I think I'll do that. Blocking like this, and this should be a winning endgame for me. Yes, I think I'll win this. I'm up 2 pieces. I'll just need to not do anything stupid. I'll just walk my king, actually. Maybe first I'll go a5 to prevent b4, and then I'll walk my king. This should be a technical task. Okay, should I take? I guess I should. And d4, takes, and then here. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, I should win this. If I don't, then I should not be playing chess if I don't win this position. So I'll just go here. And I'll check him, or her, or it, and then I'll go e3. And of course, I'm winning this. Wow, but it was not trivial at all. Like, it was tough, actually. Oh, I thought it's a checkmate, but it's not. Okay. Well. How to checkmate with so many pieces. Maybe activate my king. Maybe add the knight into the action. And then just checkmate my opponent. Whew! It was not easy. Not easy at all. Yeah, thinker teacher says that my technique is good. My technique is not good at all. I was really like afraid to lose this, even though like if we analyze the game, you will see that like I was completely winning throughout. Like, but still, this attack that Leela had, when it just completely disregarded some pieces, like around here, everything I did was good here. Like, it just sacrificed the bishop like this. And if I take, it's very dangerous, because now there is this threat. It's a fork, and the file is open, and I'm up a queen and a piece, but still it's -7, of course, but you have to be very precise here. The king can get mated very easily. So I think it's very good that I did not take. Actually, Stockfish believes that I shouldn't take, and I didn't. This was clever, I think. This move also was important to block the bishop. And then still at this point, there was this threat. Instead of like taking and exchanging stuff, check and knight g4, and this is a very annoying threat. So I repeated moves here. Now there are again some threats, but thankfully, and this move was out of this world. Like, it can take my bishop with check, but instead it doesn't. It adds another rook into the attack, and there are various very unpleasant threats. But thankfully I had too much extra material and won this. Okay, let's try to win with the rook odds. I think that it will be very, very difficult. Maybe I can win like 1 game out of 3 with rook odds. Maybe 1 out of 5. Let's see, even grandmasters lose matches against rook odds. So if you believe in me, write a comment. If you're watching this on YouTube, this could have been watched live on Twitch, so subscribe to my Twitch, Greg Mustreader. I'll link it in the video description on YouTube as well. So let's find the bot that plays with rook odds. Okay, let's do this. I'm playing black pieces. Which opening should I choose? I want to go for the French because this is the opening that I know best. But I'm afraid I can get positionally squeezed in an unpleasant manner. I can also go for the Sicilian defense, of course. Or I can go for some g6 stuff. Okay, let's go for the French. Let's try and play in the French. Of course, no exchanges. No exchange French here. c3. Okay, this is an advanced variation, so-called. And I've been playing it since I was a kid. And I believe I know it well, but... Okay, a3. a3 prepares b4, and the standard response here is c4, which I'll probably go for, or I can trade like this. I don't know, opening up the position seems more logical. If I have odds. Some subscriber Chess Sprott says that longer time controls favor humans. So if I play classical, I have more chances. Yes, of course, but I'm playing rapid. I guess it's a good strategy to have really solid position and provoke trades, says Chess Sprott. That's the problem. I cannot provoke trades. Leela will not go for trades. Leela will make moves even objectively that are not ideal, not perfect, according to Stockfish, but that are best when playing against a human to induce errors. Leela will not trade at all. You've seen the previous game. I tried to induce trades. It will not trade unless like I force it to trade. So maybe I trade here and open up the position a little bit. Maybe this is a sensible strategy, or maybe I go c4 and actually then knight a5 or bishop d7. And maybe this is theory, by the way. This is theory, but with rook on a1. And h4 is very standard. So here I think I should go h6 and then castle long. This is what I'll do. Okay, Leela is trying to squeeze me on this side of the board, but okay, whatever. So I'll put my knight here. It's a good space, good square for the knight. But I don't like the fact that Leela got a very closed kind of a position, and this is exactly what it wants in such kind of odds games, I guess. Okay, 93. There are always ideas of some sacrifices in future. Maybe even now if I go king b8, but no, there will be no sex because I have this. So okay, I'll go king b8. I'll be very, very careful with what I do here. I'll go king a8 maybe even to hide my king, or I'll go a6. And I'll hide my king on a7, which is very standard in such positions. Okay, bishop d1. I don't get the idea yet. I think I will want to put my pawn on g6 sooner rather than later. Maybe even right now. Okay, I'll do that. We have opposite side castling here, so it's only logical to To open up the king side. Of course, the knight is headed here. Am I afraid to allow that? I frankly am, but maybe I don't have any choice. Probably I should allow it. Okay, and now I can go for bishop g7. Or I can first go for something like this. Knight g6. Taking the bishop. Yes, this is logical, of course. And now I can go for bishop here or bishop here. I'm not sure if one option is better than the other. Okay, this looks decent. Okay, the pawn has fallen. And now I want to go here. I'm up a rook. I can give up a pawn to induce some trades. This is sensible, I think. Or I can go here. And where is this knight going? To h2. Doesn't look too impressive. So I'll go here and pre-move taken. Okay, it goes here. But now I have this move, for example. And if g3, then I have this move. Maybe it's nothing too crazy, but I want to try it. Or I can go with this rook. Maybe it's better because this rook should protect this pawn. I don't know. Let's try this. Okay, knight g4. This I didn't think about, honestly. There should be some, maybe not should be, but there could be some tactics here for me. At least I could go here. Seems logical. But Leela will avoid the trade like this, and then I will be able to go, for example, here. Doesn't look too impressive, but I'll try it. Okay. Okay. I can trade some pieces. I like it. Takes. Should I take? I think I should. Now if I take here, 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 I'll be up a rook. So this I'm happy to get. I can also go here, of course. This is an possibility. This knight is very annoying, of course. And also I can take this bishop, but I'm not sure that I need to do it. Okay, I'll go here. And now I really wanted to do something like this. But I'm not sure if it's good. If it's a good idea. Maybe first I go here. I'm happy to sack my rook for a minor piece, I think. Should I sack for a bishop or a knight? Takes, takes. By the way, I'm still winning, which is very surprising. Let me check the comments. F5 instead of g takes h seemed pretty too. Well, maybe, but this train has sailed. So I don't like his bishop. I don't like his knight. I don't like any of my opponent's pieces. So maybe I should somehow do something about it. And I don't like the fact that my bishop is so stupid. Queen b5, for example. And then rotate my knight back, because my knight is not serving any purpose. In my opinion, it's not an impressive piece at all. Also, I always have this, of course. And this looks interesting, but this is a very committal decision, of course. And I'm not sure if I want to take it. And I forgot that this is the move, so I don't have it at the moment, unfortunately. But I have this. Takes. Check. And winning. Yeah, this looks good, by the way. This takes. Check. and it's a fork, and I win the f4 bishop. But what if he just takes and goes like here? Well, I don't see any disadvantages, by the way, so maybe this is what I should do. Okay, let's just pray that I'm not losing. Check. Oh, I blundered. I blundered. Okay, I will lose this game, unfortunately. Can I ask for like giving me a move back? Okay, I don't have this option, so I'll win. I'll lose this game probably. Yeah, because I blundered a piece. Oh, I forgot that this bishop could take back. This is so horrible. Okay, now the material is equal, and unfortunately, this doesn't look like I have any chances. Knight here. This will be very unpleasant. God, I was playing well, I think, but it didn't last long. Okay, let's go for some pawns. Maybe I can get some material. Maybe this helps me. I doubt it. I think I'll still lose this game, but I'll try to at least take some material. Okay, the rook I'll gladly take. Okay, the queen infiltrates. That's what I expected. Now rook b1 will follow next, and my position will get very unpleasant. Of course, rook b8 ideas are possible. Also, this pawn is hanging. And I cannot go here because this will be unpleasant. I can go g5. Just asking my opponent where he wants to put the bishop. Could be possible. Rook b1? Yeah, rook b1. Nice move. Threatening checkmate, and I need to defend like this. What? Wow. My knight is hanging. I forgot. Completely forgot about it. So if I go here, for example, defending the knight, attacking the rook, and the bishop is still hanging, what will my opponent do? I don't know. Probably there is some checkmating attack that I'm missing. Actually, what if I take, and go here? Take. Is this losing? Yes, I'm down a piece, so should be probably losing, of course. What else do I have? Somehow I'm down a piece now. I used to be up a rook. This is... I knew that it's going to be hard. So, of course, this could have been expected. If I take, and go here, probably there will be some knight d5 and some checkmate like this and like this. So probably I can just resign at this point, but I'll play on to just to see what my opponent wants to do to me and how brutal my end will be. Okay, check. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. There is a checkmate threatened, and I cannot stop it. If I go here, then this is checkmate. And there is no, I have to give up the queen for a rook. And if I take, then queen b6 probably seals the deal. And, okay, I'll still do that. Oh, this also is possible. Yeah, my knight was hanged. So, okay, I'll just resign. Let's rematch. Let's try... let's analyze the game first. Was I winning up until a certain point? Of course I was. This was all normal. This is almost -5. This was all normal. All normal. I'm playing well. Still -4.5. This already allows some tactics like this, but it simplifies the position, so my silicon opponent did not want to go for this. This is still good, -4. A little bit of my advantage has evaporated, but still, nothing too crazy. Actually, I thought about going h4 here. Well, I shouldn't have just given up the pawn like this. Here I was playing well. It's -4.4 again, so I even outplayed Leela a little bit for some time. And here, -3 something, -3.5. So I'm still playing well, and this is the mistake, of course. This is the mistake. I should have just gone rook g7, but I completely forgot about the fact that the bishop is guarding the square. After this, white is already winning, unfortunately. So yeah, one mistake is all it takes. Okay, let's go. Let us play a rematch. I think I played well, by the way. So one mistake could happen anytime. But that's the problem with the engines. At some point, humans make mistakes, even the best players in the world. And I'm not among the best players in the world. So at some point, I will make a mistake. And the only question is if I'm able to make this mistake at the point in the game where it doesn't matter too much, that I'm already so much winning that I can afford making a mistake. I hope that that's a possibility. Okay, let's rematch. Okay, so now I enjoy a rook and move odds. Okay, bishop g7 and the modern defense. This is what my opponent wants. Okay, whatever. We can go for this. I like such setups. I can play some aggressive chess like this, and I'll castle alone. My opponent does not have a rook on a8, so I think it's very advantageous for me. Queen d2, b5, okay, whatever. I'm not afraid. I want to demolish my opponent on the king side. Of course, this is the plan in such positions. I go g4, for example. Then I go h4, of course. Then I go king b1, always a useful move. This I'm not afraid of because my bishop can take. So this I'm a little bit afraid of. So here I can go g5 or f3. f3 is a normal move in such positions. And now I just need to put my knight here or here. But then knight c4 will happen. So that's why I need to first go for this move. Yeah, this is what I often play with black without rook odds. I like this modern defense setup. It's very advantageous if you want to play for a win with black, which my opponent obviously intends to do. So the next move will be c5, and I cannot really do anything about it. So I'll allow it, whatever. E5. E5 is also possible. Of course, I forgot about that move. And if I take, the engine will probably take with the knight. I can also go here. I can also go d5, but then c5 I don't like. The position is too closed, and there is no need to allow this. So already I'm getting a little bit outplayed, unfortunately. But this is what happens when you play against the almighty bot. Okay, b4. Just saking this pawn to open up the b file to attack me. I'm sure that Stockfish will take this pawn and say that this is a stupid sack. And I'm not Stockfish, unfortunately, but I think I have to take it. I have to call my opponent's bluff. Oh, unfortunately, if I take like this, there will be this. If I take like this, this, and this, actually, this might be advantageous to me because I will have a lot of material for the queen. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe this is clever. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm still up 5 points of material, and I have a bishop and 2 rooks for the queen. So maybe this was clever. I hope that this was clever. Okay, what next? What next? It's important to not let my bishop get trapped, of course. Very important, because after f6 or something like this, might get unpleasant. Also, it's important not to be checkmated. But I don't see immediate threats for my opponent. I can go here and induce some weakening over there. I actually like it. I think I have the luxury of time here. So let's do it. Okay. Now I can trade And this probably is the best course of action for me. Trade this bishop for the knight. The fewer pieces are on the board, the easier it will be for me to win. So let's just trade. What next? I can push here. Sounds logical. I can go here to put my knight on d5. I really want my knight to get to the square. And also my rook can get activated like this. I don't see any drawbacks of that move. So maybe I'll do that. Of course, my opponent sees everything. This is a check that is screaming to be played, but maybe it's not necessary. I really want to put my knight on d5. If I can do that, then I'm all right. I'm still winning, by the way, so I will be all right in any case. But you understand what I'm saying. I can get to d5 via e3, but I don't like it. I need to activate my pieces somehow. I can go here. If here, then my pieces are very clumsy. That's the problem. I can go here also. This I like more. Threatening to activate like this. Okay, queen e7. Now I have this check. Will he run to f8? Yeah, probably he will. Probably he will run to f8. Whatever. Now I can take, and if he takes with the queen, I even have the option of sacking the rook for the knight and still being up material. But probably he'll take with the pawn, right? Yeah, because he doesn't want me to go here. And now I have this nice rook here move. I think it's clever. Am I taking this? Yeah, queen a7 is logical. And now I have this move. Yeah, and he's threatening the a2 square, so I can take. And I don't think that I'm in any danger of losing this position, but maybe this is like not what I want really in this position. Maybe I can just go for b3 and play patiently. Be more patient, because my rook is not worse than his bishop. Why sacrifice when I don't need to? Okay, my bishop is hanging now. If I go here, now I can take with the rook and play this position. Probably I will not win it, but I could draw it. But I could lose it as well, honestly. But maybe this is what I should do. Because otherwise, well, I could go here. But I'm not very comfortable playing against such a strong opponent. Up a rook even. Should I take? Should I risk it? Guys, what do you think? I'm up material. If I take with the rook, probably it will be a draw. Rook and two knights versus a queen, of course, are much stronger, and I also have more pawns, but Leela will defend. If I take with the pawn, my king will be weaker, and there will be some queen a3, b3 ideas, and it might get dangerous. It will get dangerous, I would even say. Okay, so takes. There will be some queen b5, for example. I will need to rotate the knights. Well, let's play. Let's play this position. I think it's not impossible for me to win it. I wanted to say, but then I realized that it's not impossible for me to lose it. Queen h4, and queen d1 is another threat. And I will have to block like this. Okay, I need to activate my pieces. That's the most important thing. I need to activate my pieces. Yeah, I need to be active. That's the most important thing that I can do. And my knights should be well coordinated. So rook here, maybe. And then somehow... no. No. I think I might lose this game, actually. I'm sorry, guys. I feel that humanity has put some hopes on me. And maybe not... Maybe I don't deserve these hopes. Okay, I need to take this, definitely. But yeah, this pawn is just running. And if I give up some material for it, well, will I be able even to give it up? Okay, let's think. Here, h3. Here, queen somewhere. Here, what else can I do? I don't think that I can do much in this position. I'm up 3 points of material, so it should, in theory, be savable. If knight here, I want to activate this knight, but then check and take and everything falls. Okay, I'll go here. h3 probably. Yeah. Now I think I need to go here and here and give up the knight if I can. But the problem is probably I might even be unable to give up the knight because there will be some queen here, and this knight does not have any base to stay on. Okay, I have to try it. Yeah, so next he will take. Otherwise he'll go h2, so I have to. I absolutely have to. Or do I have something like this? Of course, if this, then this. This and this is nice. So my opponent will have to go king e7. And is there some tricks here? I'm afraid there are no tricks here. Okay. I go here. Now I can go here, but then just here, and h2 is again threatened. And if I go something like rook c2 there, he will just trade and go h2, and I'll lose. Maybe I'm already lost, actually. Maybe I have to go knight h2, and queen here, rook here, but then he'll take this pawn, and we'll have lots of pawns marching down the board. Probably it's lost, but I have to try. I have to try it. I go here. I go here. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. Now I need to push my pawns, because I need to have at least some counterplay. And maybe I can somehow maneuver my knight, that knight, to join somehow the action, but unfortunately this doesn't work. I'll have to just go back after this check. So yeah, I'll just push my pawn. Okay. Now I will have to go here. Now f5 or e4, yes. My opponent is pushing the pawns. Okay, I need to activate, so I go here. Now my knight is hanging. And I can go here, actually. Queen here. And maybe I can sack and push the a pawn. Maybe it's like some tiny hope there is some tiny hope there, maybe. Or I could go knight c3, but then e3. Maybe knight c3 is better, because he will have to spend more time stopping my pawns, but still probably is lost. Probably it is lost. Takes. I'm thinking whether to give up the knight here and go for broke with a5. But unfortunately, this doesn't seem to work. Queen d3, for example. Rook b2, e2, and I'm not in time. Not in time to stop knight f3. e2, knight here. There's this move, forking the knight and the pawn on a5. So okay, I'll have to go knight c3. f5, of course. Now the pawns are rolling. What if I go here? Probably it's a move that doesn't work, but yeah, it's a move that doesn't work, apparently. a5 or knight b5. Also, this fails to this, I guess. My pieces are not too nicely positioned. This could be a move, but this is the attempt for black to stop it. The guys in the comments in the chat say that 2 pawns and 2 knights will do on the queen side. Just give up the rook for the pawns, but no, I cannot give up my rook. My rook is very important now. Okay, probably I'll have to go here, then go here, but then e3. e3 is the next move, probably. Okay, whatever. It's a pin, annoying pin. And my opponent wants to go here. Okay, I push my pawns. And I go here. Here or here, I don't know. Let's go here. Okay, now I go here. Nice maneuvering by the queen. I remember the game Fischer versus Petrosian. I think it was like 1959 or something like this. It was in the book of Fischer on his memorable games, and he was outplaying Petrosian, and in the endgame he played with the queen against the rook and the knight, I think. And also, like, it was complete domination positionally. So this is a similar thing. I'm completely dominated here. Okay, of course b5 or maybe a5 I'll play, but yeah, this is over. Unfortunately, this is over. I can go here. I don't have a choice, do I? Maybe I can go here. a2, rook here, queen here, and somehow, well, probably my rook will get lost as a result of some forks. That is the problem. But okay, I have to do this. I have to try this. Yeah, so I take here. And now, the only chance I have are my 2 pawns. But if I push the b pawn, I lose immediately. Queen c4 will be a check and a fork. This knight cannot do anything. It cannot move. The rook can go here, maybe. Or here. But then just queen here. Yeah, I don't like my position. Probably already losing, objectively. But I'll try to play on. I shouldn't have given up that rook for the bishop. I knew that I could play for a win that position, but I got too scared. But probably I would have lost anyway, since even grandmasters lose to this monster killer queen. That's what it is. Okay, rook f2. Check. Here. There are no forks, right? Okay, let's do this. Oh, this will be a fork if I take the pawn. I didn't think of that opportunity. Okay, I need to try to activate, right? But if I go here, this will be a killer blow. So I have to do something else. Okay, let's push. And yeah, the king is in time, unfortunately. If I go here, queen here will... rook a2 maybe. Maybe I'll go rook a2 now. But the king is in time. That's the sad part, fortunately. b5, then there is queen d4. Okay, what if I go forward like this? Probably there is this and some other unpleasantries. Yeah, probably my king will be mated. Probably if I go here, queen c6 is good. Okay, whatever. I need to do something, don't I? Okay. My opponent just walks the king. Very classy. Very classy. Doesn't need to do anything to win this game. Just walk the king, take my pawns and win it. And I cannot do anything. Okay. 92, 21. Oh, no. Just taking the pawns is good enough. Can go here. Okay. I wanted to take at least this pawn, but my opponent is not giving me this luxury. Now h2 is hanging. Is threatened. I wanted to go here. Maybe I will. Yeah, threatening a fork, but my opponent, of course, avoids it. And yes, I lose because if I go here, queen e3 wins the queen. The rook. Okay, I resign, analyze, and then let's play another one. But it was interesting. It was interesting. At some point, I was playing well. So this was all good. This was all good. +5, I have a marvelous position. And also, I shouldn't have accepted this sacrifice. Stockfish says I should just go for h5. But accepting is also fine. It's also +4.5 instead of +5. And here, this was great, actually. The engine likes it. Yeah, the engine says that this is +4 and 7. So this was all correct. I was playing some good moves. So here, I should have prioritized my piece development. I should have gone here. Yeah, I somehow forgot about this knight of mine. I got scared that f6 will block it and it will somehow die. Bishop g7 is also on high depth. It's the best move also, so it's good. 95. Here I should have just taken the pawn, but somehow I decided to take the knight. Yeah, I should have just taken the pawn. And yeah, my bishop is better than his knight. And then go h5 and yeah, wow. This is not how humans play. Just like sacrifice material like this. No, I decided to trade. Maybe this was not ideal, but still it's +4 for me. Rook c1 is good. It's still around +4, +3.9, +4. Take, and +4. Here I should have gone for knight c1 and activated like this. Okay, I didn't think of that. Bishop e6, here b3, all good. And here, this was a bad move. This was a bad move. Losing almost all of the advantage. I should have gone here. And everything is protected, and he doesn't have anything. And if he goes here, I have this. The queen is hanging. And if he goes here, I go here. And if he goes here, well, knight c1, and I'm just winning. He doesn't have anything. Well, I did not see that. Instead, b takes c4 already. Yes, it was better, but queen a3, as I said, and it's +1.5. In practical game, it's very easy to lose this when b3 is coming. For example, this is the best move, but then b3, we go here, this is a check, and this is another check. And my pieces are clumsy. So I decided to give up the rook. And this is +0.4. So this is objectively a position with some advantage for me. And I'm doing some good job. Here, top engine moves. Yeah, all top engine moves. Now it's +2 actually. So I was playing well in this endgame. Takes. I should have just taken here, by the way. But takes is also good. So I should have taken by the rook, because this knight is necessary to somehow stop in future this. Yeah, because h4, a4, queen g1, a5. So the pawn race is good for me. I didn't think of that. Rook here. And if h2, what then? Very interesting. So if he queens, I'll queen as well. He cannot stop me. That is fascinating. That is fascinating. And I'm winning. Okay, I didn't see that. Instead of took. And this is already better for black. And this is already close to winning for black. So yeah, okay. We'll try another one. Okay, let's go e4. Okay, the Sicilian. The Sicilian I like. We can open up the position here. It's not too bad. Let's play the Chameleon Sicilian. It's called the Chameleon because sometimes it transposes into like the main lines. a6. a6 is a move, of course. If a6, I go d4. Okay, b5. I don't object to that. I can take b5 immediately. This is weird, by the way. I'm not sure why, but usually people take first. Why didn't my opponent take? What if I go here? Yeah, I'll go here. Looks logical. Okay, giving up a pawn, but then b4 is coming, so this pawn will not be available for grabs. What if I play e5? Probably knight g4. There's some dynamism in this position. Okay, I think I'll go here now. I know that it's bad to move your pieces twice in a row in an opening, but I think it's sensible here. So if I go here, he'll go here. Which is maybe not the end of the world. Takes. Okay, it's not too bad. Here. And I can take here, but his pieces are very active. I don't like. Piece activity is very important. And I'm down a rook. I don't have to do anything crazy. I just need simplifications to win the game. So maybe I can just take here first. But then b4, I guess. Maybe I can go here. Looks weird, but why not? Okay, do I trade and give him the 2 bishops advantage? Well, I'll trade. And d5, I like d5. Blocking this bishop and this knight from getting active. e5 is also a move, but my pawns will be overextended a little bit, I think. So d5 I like more. d5, ed, knight d5 is good. If b4, then I go here. There is this check. I don't like it. But if I take like this, he'll activate his bishop, and I also don't like it in the slightest. So probably I have to go e5. He'll go queen f4, maybe. With this pawn I don't want to lose it also. It's a tough choice. Okay, I'll just take. And once he takes, I go queen f3. And trade of queens is, of course, fine for me. And otherwise, yeah, of course, black has to avoid the trade of queens. But now I'm fine because I just castle, and yeah, maybe my position is not ideal, but it's not too horrible. It's not too bad. And he cannot go f5 because I'll go here. And also, I can go queen g4, for example, in this position, which looks dangerous for him. He'll have to do something. Oh, he'll just castle. I guess so. It's nothing too crazy. Okay, I'll castle long. d6. Okay, I'm up a rook. The position is not too bad. I can go for this plan, which looks really nice, by the way. His bishop cannot retreat now. Or I can go for this. Probably he'll castle. I'll go here. I'll go g6. And I'll be able to to somehow attack him. Okay, I like it. I really like it. I think I will go for this. Okay. Yeah, I'm weakening his king side. Now f4. f4 looks really nice. He'll be able to check me though, but I don't see any danger in that. f4 I like. I'm attacking him. This I really much like. If I go here, this is a bit unpleasant. Maybe. I have e5. No, I don't have e5. But I like my position. This game, I like what I'm doing. Okay, let's think. Queen here. Queen g3. Okay. What is he going to do? What does he want to do? Bishop here. Funny stuff. So of course I can go for this. I can also check him, by the way. But it's just a check. It's nothing too crazy. He's threatening bishop f2 and then takes. That's what he's threatening. And if I take like this, his rook will be activated. So I don't want him to do that. I can go here. This looks decent. Of course. And oh, I forgot something. He has queen e3 check. I'll lose a piece. Again and again. This is what happens when you play these engines. They are just too strong. Too strong. I'll lose a piece, unfortunately. I cannot go here. So I cannot go here. I can only go here. But then this happens. And this. So I should have prophylactically moved my king to b1 first. This is like very good rule of thumb. Why did I neglect it? I don't know. Okay. We play on. We play on. He is even willing to trade the queens. Because my attack is strong. And he'll trade the queens. Well, this gives me some hope, actually. Maybe. But maybe not. So if I go king d1, if I decline the trade of the queens, and take here, I'll take some material. If I don't do that, king d1, here, I'll just be up an exchange, which is good, of course, but not too good for playing against the all-powerful engine, so I'll gamble. I'll go king b1. I'll go king b1, and I will try to play actively. Okay, interesting move. What if I go here? Look here, probably. I don't see it. I don't believe it, actually. If I go here and rook here, there is no king d7. Unfortunately, this knight is too strong. I can go here. This I like very much. Maybe it's even like very strong. I'm not sure yet. Rook d6. I'm not too thrilled about rook d6. Okay, I'll go here. I like this one. He's really playing with fire here, you know. It's very dangerous position, I think. But maybe it's fine. What he's doing. I'm up 2 pawns, by the way. So maybe I can at least draw this. I'm not sure if it's realistic. If this, then you can go here. And I have nothing, unfortunately. 95 was not good, apparently. Should have gone for something else. This endgame, up a pawn, not that bad. And if he takes here, no, I just lose the knight. I cannot afford that. What would Stockfish do here? Knight c7, rook c8. Okay, let's go with knight c7. It looks crazy, but But many things look crazy in chess. And now e6. Ah, he'll just take. Ah, but I can make a knight, forking him. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so he sees it. And now I can still make a queen or a knight, doesn't matter, right? So I think I'm doing great, actually. I can take his rook with my queen. That's another one. And then make this queen. He'll take my knight. And I'll be up material. So did I trick him? Really? Or I can make a queen immediately. He'll take. He'll take. But this is worse. Or is it? Maybe it's the same thing. Queen takes. He'll have 2 pieces for 2 rooks. Okay, so I'm still very much better. Wow. Okay, I think this is better. Okay, I have 2 queens now. He has 1. So this is good news. Bad news is that he's threatening this. Then there will be checkmate. So I probably have to give up my queen. One of them at least. Maybe I gave up the wrong one, by the way. But it's too late already to reminisce on that. And now I can go here and trade the queens. And try to not lose this. Very interesting material imbalance. 2 pieces for 2 rooks. I need to activate my pieces first. First and foremost is piece activity. So this, for example, this and this. Sounds sensible. Also just go in here right away. Or go in here. But he'll just take, yeah. Okay, think. I have some chances here. I definitely do. But my rooks are not too impressive, unfortunately. His knight also is very nice on e5, this outpost. It's just dominating my position. Okay, what do? I need to move, I need to act. I go here. Okay, f5. What do I do next? If I give up the rook for one of the pieces, will it be enough? We will soon find out, I guess. Okay, this pawn is hanging now. I can take and take and check. This is an opportunity to escape, maybe. He'll take this one. Okay, but I have some chances here. Yes. Okay, so I took some pawns. I can take another one. He'll march with his pawns. His pawns are dangerous. Actually, come to think of it, maybe it was a bad choice on my part. I think I have to check him. Do I go here or not? Or do I go here? He'll go in with his king. This is very logical. I can go here. Harass his bishop a little bit. But this doesn't really help, right? I don't think so. If I go bishop b7, he trades, goes f3. Rook rounds back. I don't like it. Fortunately, I don't like it at all. And my pawns will be stopped, probably. Okay, what about h4? h4, and then bishop d3, or bishop c4. Okay, I have just 3 minutes. I need to concentrate. Okay, let's do it. Okay. He's blocking my king from advancing. Very clever stuff. So I will have to go here, I guess, anyways. And I will have to go here. Yep. Now I need to run my pawns. I'll go here. Anyway, this is the only thing that I have that I can do. C5. Okay. Rook here, then E3 is unfortunate. Here E2, check, and he queens with check. But do I have anything else? I might be losing already. Unfortunately. Rook E1, then just F2. But I wasn't playing that bad. I just wasn't playing as as well as it takes to beat the computer. So I shouldn't be too harsh on myself. Still, it's painful. C3, E3. King C2, E2. And I lose. Rook anywhere, F2. Okay, rook here. He goes here. I take, he goes F2. I take, he goes here, and I'll play down a queen with a rook, but yeah, it's definitely losing. But maybe it's the only thing that I have. My king is so badly positioned. If I could teleport it here, then I would have had decent position. Okay. This is tough. I won't even play with knight odds. Even Fabi could not defeat this machine, so I will not try with knight odds. With rook odds, it's extremely dangerous. Maybe I have rook d8. But then f2, and if check, he just goes here. a4, e3. This doesn't work, unfortunately. Okay, let's go for this one. Oh, he's not even in a rush. c3. Wow. He's not even in a rush to do anything here. The pawns are just too strong. g3, g2 is to follow. And yeah, a4, g3, a5, g2. Lights out. This is impressive. Okay. We'll just go here. Just go here. Just go here. And yeah, I'm not in time. I resign. Let's analyze the game. Actually, this one was also very instructive, I think. So, this was +5 still. This was all normal. All very normal. This is +4 and something. Yeah, +4. This plan with knight h5 was good. Again, +4 approximately. All good, all good. Queen g3 is good. Here, yeah, this is a blunder. I should have gone king b1 or knight here check. I even saw it, but somehow I neglected this. Oh, rook d6. Rook d6, I didn't think of this. This is a deflection. The queen will be deflected. I somehow forgot about it, but still. Here is what I should have done. g3. And white is +3 because with an extra exchange. So this is hanging. So this is what I should have gone for. I don't know. I gambled with king b1 here. I decided not to exchange the queens. Still, it's good for me because if he takes, I'll take with check. I'll take d6, and it's not looking good. King knight d5 was great. Actually, knight c7. Yeah, I found some top engine choices, top engine moves. And here e7 again, top engine move. This is not the best. Queen c3 was the best, but it's hard to find. Interesting. And then takes, and then e8. And he has to take here, and I take here. Well, there was a slightly less favorable version for me in the game, but still I'm much better. Queen c3 is a top engine move. Wow. I was playing like a machine up until that point, with the exception of one blunder. But that was not enough, because this position, even though he has 3 minor pieces, I have 1 minor piece and a rook, so should 2 rooks. So 2 extra exchanges should be very, very nice. He has just 1 pawn for 2 exchanges, but the 2 bishops are so strong, and his pieces, the knight on e5 is such a monster piece. And this is all good. I'm still +1. Here I should have sacrificed like this. Wow, similar idea, by the way. Similar idea, but I should have taken the f5 pawn instead of the b5 pawn. Yeah, because these pawns are more important. Taken here is worse. Already black is better, so I should have taken this one. Yeah. I now realize why. Because there is no f1 to march. What I did was bad, and this is already -1, so maybe not losing, but very difficult to hold. Yeah, -2 on higher depth, so already losing. And yeah, I did this, but I didn't see what to do, because if I go back, for example, he can push this pawn or go just with the bishop f3, the engine says, and then e4, e3, and I'm not in time. This is losing. And what I did here, yeah, I don't have any chance to stop his pawns, unfortunately. I'm just not in time, and very convincing victory for the Silicon friend. Okay, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed the stream and these games. I certainly did. Stay tuned for more matches against AI. See you in the next one.